Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul,
There is no help for him in God.
Selah. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. Selah. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Selah.
Like the psalmist, it's easy to lose heart when we look at what's happening around us. We seem to be overcome by the ungodly way of life that's so predominant today. David found himself in one of the most difficult situations one can experience in life. His own son had marched into Jerusalem, claiming the kingship for himself. Helpless to defend the city, David was forced to flee with his own faithful army. As he agonized over this situation, he could hear the rumblings of the people of God saying, There is no help for him in God. Was that true? Had David reached a point in his life where even God had turned his back on him? Of course not. He knew that wasn't so. He cried to God, But thou, O Lord, art a shield about me, my glory, and the lifter of my head. As he thought upon these things, David was comforted. He actually lay down and slept. The Lord sustained him. And even if 10,000 were to raise their arms against him, he was going to trust in God. So how about our faith? Do we have that same bold confidence in God? When we're struck on every side, especially by those closest to us, do we give up in despair, or do we confidently trust our God who will never fail us? David had many rich years of living with the Lord. He'd been sought on all sides, and yet God never failed him. And even now, David's hope did not rest upon himself or even the strength of his army. David's hope rested in God alone. So that's the lesson for you and I today. Where do we place our faith and our hope? Do we rest upon the things of this world? Are we trusting in our accomplishments? Are we trusting in our friends? All these things may fail, but the Lord will ever remain by the side of those who trust him and who hope in him. We live in precarious times. Things thought to be trustworthy are showing themselves to be vulnerable. If we trust in these things, we're going to find ourselves grossly disillusioned. Let us, like David in Psalm 3, turn to God, our help in times past and our hope for years to come. Dear Jesus, sleep is fitful in this season. Please be with us and help us to sleep knowing that you sustain us. Please bless all my friends who also are enduring some of the most difficult circumstances of their lives. Blessings and cursings seem to be running together in our lives, Lord. Thank you for every good and perfect gift you give us. Thank you for Jesus, who died on the cross. And thank you that he rose from the dead. Thank you for loving me, even when it feels like my life is spiraling out of control. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory and the lifter of my head. I love you, Jesus. Amen. God bless you. See you tomorrow.